What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, where Derek and I discuss movies and franchises and music and all manner of really fun stuff. And yeah, it's a good time. And it's been a very long and strange and fun and exciting trip as we have gone down memory lane of the early 2000s, 2000 all the way through 2009. Derek, I think I can speak for both of us when I say that.
Yes.
Everything from
Yes.
reliving old albums that we may have forgotten or revisiting albums that we love and all that stuff to me forgetting about one of the greatest albums of my lifetime, Ascendancy. And
Man, you see, I didn't even have to give you shit on that one. You did it yourself. Good job.
I had to bring it up because it's just part of the journey. You know, we had little hiccups along the way, but we came out on top. We're good. Oh man, good stuff. But I will go ahead and I know it's only been like a couple days, but you been listening to anything? You've been up to anything lately?
Nah.
Within the
Play
last
Guitar
day?
Hero today. Play Guitar Hero today. That's about it.
Nice. Yeah, I just rounded off my fucking Random Mess Volume 7 playlist, so that's what I've been listening to. It's only about 2 hours or so, which roughly around the same length as most of my other Random Mess Volume 7 or volumes, but it's got everything from fucking In Flames to Soilwork to System of a Down, Lil Peep, Knocked Loose, Escape the Fate, Darko, whatever. It's got fucking everything on here. That is exactly why they are called Random Messes.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And of course, I fucking had to throw on Wings of a Butterfly and Crawl as well. I put both of those on here.
Oh, by Breaking Benjamin, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I already love that song as it is, but I was like, fuck me, dude. That hasn't made one of my Random Mess playlists yet, so I'm gonna throw it on this one. So, good stuff.
Yeah. Dude, so how has the hymn journey been going?
I haven't made it far because that fucking song has been railing my brain with no lube for the past, like, week. Yesterday, I was literally singing the chorus to Wings of a Butterfly, like, the whole day. Deanna and Chelsea were probably like, oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Hey, you know what? At least there's one. At least there's one.
No, there was a couple. There was a couple that actually did stand out quite a bit. I meant to send them to you, but I completely spaced.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I am 100% curious on I want to know hey man, I really like this song, or what the fudge were they thinking with what? I want to know because like I've said 100 times, well actually probably 5 times, I just don't think people really get into him after a certain time period. So this is like a scientific experiment. So we need to keep the data rolling.
Yeah. No, I got you. I will say that Darklight, the whole album's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the whole album's pretty solid. I would listen to it again. I will listen to it again regardless, because I want to go back through and make sure I'm getting the correct songs that I'm gonna send you. That I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool, or whatever. Because there were definitely a couple that stood out. I just don't remember the names of them, so I'll have to go back and listen to them again.
Yeah, because that's Vampire Heart, Under the Rose, obviously Wings of Butterfly, Killing Loneliness, Dark Light.
I know I've heard Wings of Butterfly before, probably on a movie or something like that.
Yeah, well, that was their biggest radio hit was Wings of Butterfly.
Okay, maybe it was just on the radio. I don't know, but I know I've heard that song before. I did. It never stuck as hard as it has this time, though.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking with it. I'll definitely listen to it again and give you a couple names, but
yeah, the question is, where do you go next now that you've went with Darklight? Because Venus Doom, I definitely would not recommend that as the next stop.
I think I'm just gonna go out on a limb, whether you think I should or not. I don't know what your thoughts on this one are, but Razorblade Romance, I think I'm just gonna say fucking full send into Razorblade Romance, because I think I've seen this album cover before.
That's literally what I was going to tell you. You should probably just double back. Razorblade, then Deep Shadows, then probably Love Metal. Like, I would say listen to them in order then. So now that you got your foot in the door with Dark Light, double back, and then just, yeah, listen to it through. You can listen to Dark Light again or just skip on next to Venus Doom. But, yeah.
I know
awesome.
I've definitely seen the album cover for Razorblade Romance
Yeah.
before. I know I have.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know where I've seen it before. I don't know. Maybe just
Uh,
scrolling through Spotify. I don't fucking know. But
did you ever watch Viva La Bam? Because it was probably in there at some point in time. So yeah,
that's what it was.
all
That's what it
all
was.
him, all him related stuff.
Yep.
Viva La Bam.
That's definitely where I've seen it then. Because yeah, I've watched quite a bit of Viva La Bam. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, I will definitely be doing that. I need to check out more of him anyway. Something I've been meaning to do since I was way younger. I just never did. But this is a perfect opportunity to do so. But regardless, that's what these top 10 album things are for, guys, is to go back and listen to some old stuff, relive some of the really cool times of music and metal and all that kind of stuff, and just have a good time with it, because music's fun, and that's where it should be anyway. We love music. It's depressing as shit sometimes too, but we love it anyway. Speaking of
Oh
depressing
man.
in music, actually, I don't know if I mentioned this in any of our videos yet, but the song Youngest Daughter by Super Heaven. I don't know if you have heard of Super Heaven before, but
It sounds really familiar.
this album I think just came out last year. Oh wait, I'm fucking way off. It came out in 2013.
Wow.
It's called Jar. I'm way off. Holy fuck. I just discovered it like within the past couple of weeks. But the song, you would love this, by the way. You would love this fucking album. I guarantee it. And
Okay.
if you don't love it, I don't know you at all. I swear you would probably dig the fuck out of this. But
Okay.
the song Youngest Daughter, though, like, it just makes me unrelentingly sad. But I cannot stop fucking listening to it. It just, I don't know, just
Dude,
the whole vibe of it's
that-
just so fucking good, dude.
dude, when you're in a mood and
I
you
don't even
just
have a daughter.
Yes. When you're in a mood and you just hear a certain song,
Yeah.
and it can most likely be a depressing song, yeah, you'll listen to it for fucking all day.
I added it to my Random Mess Volume 7. I can't get enough of it, dude. It's so good. The whole album is really good. I did take some time the other day or it was a couple weeks ago when I discovered the song. I just played the whole thing while I was playing some WoW or some shit. And I just listened to it all the way through, and I was like, man, this shit is a whole fucking mood, man. The whole album is just really, really cool. But it looks like these guys haven't put anything out since 2015. They've only got 2 albums. And I don't know. I felt like it just came out, but now that I see the 2013 date, it does sound like something that would have came out in probably the 2000s, if not the 2010s. It's just got that
Yeah,
vibe.
it does say that they're back together. It says that they broke up in 2016, but then had reunions in 17, 18, and 19, but then in 2022 they reformed.
Well, the thing that's blowing my mind is, like, I don't think I've ever heard of Super Heaven before in my life. But these dudes have got 2.2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. So, I don't know if this album just had a resurgence. Maybe a TikTok thing, I don't know. But this is not the kind of song I would normally hear in a fucking TikTok trend. So, I'm not sure. It is
Yeah.
super depressing, but
I was to say, you got me at depressing. I'm going to check it out immediately after we're done.
oh yeah, dude. I have a feeling you'd love this. This whole album is great, but that song in particular is just banger,
Okay.
banger.
But we're not talking about an album from 2013.
Nope, we got to go a little bit earlier than that.
Yeah. We got to go back to just the years 2000 through 2009
Yes, we do. That is our mission
and
today.
and pick our absolute top 10 best albums of the decade. So, we will go through with our top 10 like normal, saying release dates, except this time including the year when we say the release date, since it can come from any of the years from 2000 through 2009. We will have some honorable mentions, of course, and then because we didn't have the scoring system back when we did the first, I believe it was 2000 through 2004, we're just going to go ahead and read off what technically was the top album of 2000, 2001, so on and so forth, that I went back and did the scoring for. So we have a collective number one album for each year. We technically have a top 10, but we're not going to read off like 15 top 10s in one video. That's just a bit excessive. So
we would be here literally all night.
Oh yeah, and we've already made those videos. Go watch them.
Yeah, this would be a Peter Jackson feature length extended edition.
Yeah.
3 hour long.
We ain't got the time and we ain't got the money for that. So
no.
Yeah.
No, we do not. It'd be the damn Snyder cut of this motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Oh God, yeah. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. But anyways, yeah. So do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I will go ahead and start because I've got my number 10's a left field pick that I know is not going to be in your list, and it's just a weird obsession of mine, and it's something I've been obsessed with since I discovered it, and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. So I gotta give it credit where credit is due, because this album's done more for me than like damn near any album that's come out since I've been listening to music. Maybe not more, but quite a bit. Especially heavier music, heavier melodic death metal, melodic metalcore kind of shit. But it's damn good, and I gotta give it praise, because it will be in my favorite albums of all time list whenever we do that video eventually. And it was released March 20th, 2007. It is The Cycle Repeats by Lost Eden. Or Cycle Repeats, I guess. Not The Cycle, but I digress. And yeah, I said everything I could about it in the top 10 albums of the 2007 year, back when we made our video, because it was definitely in there. I think it was my number 2 or some shit. It was up there. I fucking love this album. I will always love this album. I will always praise it. If you're trying to get into some like weird, obscure shit that nobody fucking knows about, yeah, check it out. This album is their only release that I'm aware of. Lost Eden did not last very long, and they've got a whopping 633 monthly listeners on Spotify. So trust me, they're not very big. They never did get very big, and I'm pretty sure all the band members have separated and done their own. They're doing their own thing now, which is cool. But for some reason, this project in particular was just damn good, man. Specifically, the song "Time Damages Me" is one I would go with. This is the album artwork, which is pretty cool. If I can get it to not have a glare, I can't.
Yep, nope, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Well, it's pretty cool. Check it out. Lost Eden, Cycle Repeats, number 10.
All right. And yes, that was your number 2 for 2007.
Yeah, I knew it was up there quite a bit, or pretty far.
Yeah, Yeah, the point system coming in the clutch, because there's no way I have every single top 10 in front of me right now. Okay, so, kicking it off with a bang. My number 10 was released October 17th of the year 2000. And it is the Chocolate Starfish and Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit.
Hell yeah.
A staple for new metal albums, which, hey, that's funny I mentioned new metal. We did a video about that. You should check it out if you haven't.
Do it.
No. Yeah, like I said when this was my number one album of the year 2000, this album is responsible for the reason why I say the F word all the time. Uh,
I was raised by a sailor, so that's why I say the F word all the time.
yeah, you'd swear to God I was, but yeah, no. Hot dog. God, so many F words in
Yes.
hot dog. I'm trying my best not to say the F word as much since I'm a parent, but I still fail. I know I've already said the F word like 4 or 5 times in this video. um, my personal favorite off of this album is definitely Take a Look Around, because it was on the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. And if people want to tell me Limp Bizkit doesn't go hard, listen to Take a Look Around. And then Full Nelson, choking people, knocking them the F out. I mean, it's Limp Bizkit. It's that young angst in an album, and I'll love it forever.
Always gotta have some
yeah.
good angst, man. Good angst.
Oh yeah. But Limp Bizkit, the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water, number 10.
All right. Moving on to number 9. Number 9 was released September 20th, 2005. And it is 10,000 Fists by Disturbed. 10,000 Fists by Disturbed. Now, I had to put this one in here for sure somewhere because back when I just got Guitar Hero 3 and I was obsessed with it. That's when I was like really into Guitar Hero. I had played Guitar Hero 1 and 2, but I never owned them. I always played them at my buddy Trey's house. And once I got my PlayStation, or once I got my Guitar Hero 3 for Christmas that year, I was obsessed with Guitar Hero. And at this point, I didn't really listen to super, super heavy music, like past, I don't know, Metallica, you know, maybe a little bit of Bullet for My Valentine, but nothing super heavy. But the very first metal festival I'd ever gone to in my life, probably the first metal show I'd ever gone to, was the very first Mayhem Festival with Slipknot, Disturbed, Dragon Force, and Mastodon headlining. And I went to see Dragon Force because of Guitar Hero 3. But I left that show a fucking diehard Disturbed fan because their performance was phenomenal, their stage presence was insane. My mom even left loving that the performance that Disturbed put on. Like my mother does not listen to metal. All right, other than like Metallica and shit like that, but definitely not anything that has the little breakdown of fucking Down with the Sickness in it and screaming all those profane things and whatnot. But she loved the performance and it was just great. And I remember going home and the very first song that I wanted to play on Guitar Hero from that night, after that night, was Stricken. And just, dude, the song still bumps today. The whole fucking album bumps today. Stricken, just for whatever reason, has like it's got a weird aura to it that, like, I don't know, just it feels very raw, very Disturbed, very good stuff. And yeah, I don't have enough good things to say about this album. I could go on forever. But yeah, my number 9, 10,000 Fists, Disturbed.
All right. Great album.
Goddamn right it is.
Absolutely great album.
I'll listen to it anytime, any place.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost train of thought. Okay. Number 9, released September 29th, 2009. It is Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin. Man, it seems like we just talked about this video the other day. Or this album the other day. Oh, son of a bitch. But,
speaking of that, you should watch that video too.
Oh, God, yeah, I missed a plug. Damn.
Shameless plugs all around.
Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands. I haven't ever lied or tried to hide that. I've shown my tattoo I don't know how many times. Every time I talk about Breaking Benjamin, I think. This album is one of my favorites of theirs. Not my favorite, though. That'll be later. But as Jacob and I were already talking about, Crawl is easily my favorite song off of this album. Fade Away, I Will Not Bow, Dear Agony, which I forgot to mention last time. Hopeless, Give Me a Sign. This album is just through and through awesome and amazing. And yeah, just check out Crawl, because I don't ever hear anybody talk about Crawl by Breaking Benjamin, so check it out. But Breaking Benjamin, number 9, Dear Agony.
Number 9. Or actually, no, I'm not on number 9. I'm on number 8. Okay. Dear Agony. Oh, dude. God, it's so good. So good. Alright, speaking of legendary albums from the 2000s, this one came out August 28th, 2001. And it is by a little band called Slipknot. The album is Iowa. This album is, in my opinion, one of the greatest heavy albums of all time. Easily responsible for my curiosity and interest being piqued in album artwork, for sure, because I remember being on a long drive to Iowa. As a matter of fact, I've got family in Iowa. Derek is obviously close to Iowa and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So we were going to Iowa, me and the fam, and I seen this album in my parents' CD case. First thing I noticed was the goat on the front. It said Iowa, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. We're going to Iowa." This is, I pulled it out and I was looking through the booklet and shit. Super spooky, especially as a child. I was like, "What the hell am I looking at?" And I asked my parents if we could play it, and they were like, "Oh no, probably not that one. Let's listen to something else." Because at this point, my dad he had only bought it because it said Iowa. He's from Iowa, so he's very proud, and all that kind of stuff. And he just wanted to see what it was all about. To his dismay, it was not something that he enjoyed. So, but they're not one for just throwing shit away, so they just popped it into the CD case and kept it. But of course, at one point or another, I got curious as I got a little older and popped it in and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, but again, same show as the Disturbed show. Slipknot headlined and made me love Slipknot 10 times more, and a lot of it is because of some of the stuff that came off of Iowa. So definitely, definitely got to have that in there.
A lot of Slipknot's best work is on Iowa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Such a good album. Damn good aggression and angst and fucking just raw power behind them fucking drum pedals, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Super catchy riffs and just, dude. I could, again, go on and on and on about Iowa, but yeah. Number 8, Iowa by Slipknot.
Yeah. Okay. Number 8, released September 1st, 2008. We've got Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood by Volbeat.
Nice. That one I did not expect.
Yeah, again, right? I mean, who would have known? It took me a little bit to get into Volbeat. It really did. So I remember I tried to listen to him one time and I just wasn't having it. But then, fateful road trip to Pittsburgh, and the only thing my friend would listen to was Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood, or Beyond Heaven Above Hell, or Beyond Hell Above Heaven, sorry. I spent a lot of time with this album. And if you could listen to 2 albums, both of them, that whole span of time, because it was, I think it was 12 hours there, 12 hours back, and not want to blow your brains out, you've got 2 very great albums by a great band. Studio band, I will say. I've seen them twice, and I was not impressed with their performance either time I saw them. But the stuff they're putting out, I do enjoy thoroughly. Guitar Gangsters and Cadillac Blood, Back to Prom, Still Counting. As I said before, everybody probably knows Still Counting. Light Away, Maybelline, I Have to Hold Her. Yeah, just a great all-around album. And if you like Volbeat or got on the train a little bit late and haven't checked this one out, definitely make sure to do it because it is good. But yeah, number 8, Volbeat, Guitar Gangsters, and Cadillac Blood.
All right. Number 7. Holy shit, the amount of times I listened to this album. The amount of times I listened to this album in the last couple of years, as a matter of fact. Like, the last 2 years specifically, I have probably listened to it just as many times as I've listened to it collectively since I've known about the album before it. So, it's just a damn good album, man. And another one from 2007. Holy shit. So that's, what, 2 from 2007 already?
Yeah.
Holy hell, because 10,000 Fists was 5. Yeah, okay. But yeah, Lost Eden and Avenged Sevenfold by Avenged Sevenfold. October 30th, 2007, if you must know. But yeah, both 2007 albums kicking ass and taking names, but Avenged Sevenfold by Avenged Sevenfold, again, probably one of my favorite albums of all time. I could listen to this thing back to back every day for the rest of my life, probably, and I'd be fine. I always got to give a shout out to Lost, because Lost is just a severely underrated song. And I don't know, it's just really good. So is Brompton Cocktail, as a matter of fact, and Unbound. There's a lot of just like some of the deeper cuts from the album that are just really good. And then if you look at even the ones that were really big, they're also just really good. A Little Piece of Heaven, even Dear God, as much of it, even though it is like such a like stray from what they normally do, which I guess we can't say that now because they're just putting out some fucking crazy shit now, but
they're putting out disco shit now.
They're putting out like all kinds of shit right now. So, but yeah, just a damn good album all around. Critical Acclaim is one of the easiest songs to just get fucking pumped to and scream at the top of your lungs because it's just like it's just in your face. And what a damn good opening for an album too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so good. And all of the bits of the Rev's vocals as well as his drumming on this album are just awesome. Dude, the Rev has some crazy pipes on it, man. For when he does his backing vocals, just insane pipes on the dude.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, by the way, but fuck me, dude. I'm just glad that I got to see these guys live when I did, because I seen them live more recently, of course, too, when I seen them with Volbeat and Metallica a couple years back. But I did get to see them with the Rev, which was really cool. And I want to say that was the Rockstar Uproar Festival, and that was Avenged Sevenfold, 3 Days Grace, and Seether, I want to say, were headlining that. I'm pretty sure Bullet for My Valentine was there. I know Seven Dust was there. Art of Dying, I think, was there. There was tons of bands there, but yeah, such a damn good show. They put on a really cool performance. I can't say that their performance is lacked because the Rev is gone, because I don't think it's the Rev's fault, obviously. I think that they just were better at that point in their time, at least live, you know, and I know everyone's got their own opinions on Avenged Sevenfold's new stuff, which I'm sure we'll probably discuss in a video at some point or another, but yeah, just a damn good album. Avenged Sevenfold by Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay. All right. Number 7. Released March 15th, 2005. We've got Ascendancy by Trivium. What can we say? I mean, you look at this decade, you've got Ascendancy and Shogun. We're very, very high charting for both of our lists. I wonder what's going to happen in the next decade. But
man,
no,
I wonder.
That is one thing. Trivium consistently puts out bangers. I know I know you probably got 2 on your list, and unfortunately, all I have is Shogun. Or Shogun. Oh, God. Wake. Okay. All I've got is Ascendancy on here. And, yeah, it is still my favorite Trivium album. To this day, I love this album. Rain, Pull Harder. First Trivium song I actually heard was A Gunshot to the Head of Trepidation. And, yeah, that set me on the path, because Trivium is one of my favorite bands. I've seen them, I think, like 4 or 5 times. I'd actually have to sit and count it out. And I know Ember to Inferno was technically their debut album, but this is the album. If you're new to Trivium, start with Ascendancy, and then just go from there. And then get back to Ember to Inferno. But
Ember to Inferno's got some gems on there. It's not my favorite album, but there's a couple gems for sure that I frequent sometimes.
Oh yeah, but as a whole, is it better than Ascendancy?
No, not by any stretch.
Yeah. So, yeah. Ascendancy by Trivium. That is my number 7.
Also, if anybody has the time and wants to be as big of a fucking nerd as I am, Derek, I don't know if you've done this or not, but check out their commentary version of Ascendancy on Spotify.
Okay.
They've got a it's just commentary on each of the songs, and Matt basically just talks about each of the songs and the writing process and like what it meant to him anyway when writing the song, you know.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I had a lot of extra free time when I was driving a forklift on overnights for 12 hours, so I just went down the rabbit hole some days, and I was like, oh shit, they've got a commentary version of Ascendancy on Spotify. I'm gonna check it out, and he's got some cool little tidbits and shit. So
yeah, oh, that'll do it.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff indeed. All right, what are we on? 6. Number 6. Released September 16th, 2008. Almost another fucking 2007 album. Damn. But it is Overcome by All That Remains. Oh, God, I just love this album so much. Yes, I do have to give props to 2 Weeks. It is the first song that I ever heard by them, but not even a landslide close to my favorite song or songs from this album, as we discussed in a recent video, which you should definitely check out, by the way. Another shameless plug. Forever in Your Hands and A Song for the Hopeless are my 2 favorite songs on this album. Some of my favorite songs of all time. Just so fucking good, dude. This album is just crispy, man. Crispy as hell. And yeah, I listen to this album quite a bit. Every once in a while I'll get into like a metalcore mood or whatever, and I'll put on a couple albums from this era. This is in there every fucking time. Every time. And yeah, I got to see them. It wasn't on this album cycle, I don't think, but it was when Ollie was still alive. So it might have been this album cycle. I cannot remember.
Dude, I still don't understand how I've only seen All That Remains once, and it was back in 2008. Like, I just don't, like, it's weird. Like, they've been avoiding me, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I feel about, that's how I felt about Trivium for the longest time. Trivium always just evaded me. I had never got to see him live, for whatever reason. And then I got to see him twice in the span of 2 weeks in 2021. So, that was cool.
Yeah.
To make up for all the missed times, I guess. But, yeah. Just a damn good album, guys. Check it out. Overcome by All That Remains.
Okie dokie. Number 6. Released June 29th, 2004. It is We Are Not Alone by Breaking Benjamin.
Nice.
This is my favorite Breaking Benjamin album, with Dear Agony being number 2. So Cold. I mean, I say that and everybody should know instantly what I'm talking about.
I almost started tearing up when you said it.
Is it bad that So Cold isn't even like it isn't even remotely one of my top 10 favorite Breaking Benjamin songs?
That's how good it is, man.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Like I like any day of the week I take Away over So Cold. Away is my favorite Breaking Benjamin song. Love it to death. But you've also got Simple Design, Follow, Break My Fall, Forget It, which is kind of different, but I've always really enjoyed that song. Breakdown, Sooner or Later, Believe. Firefly is obviously this album's Achilles heel, because I've never liked that song. I don't know why. I cannot get into it. If I was to do a list of every single Breaking Benjamin song and rank them, Firefly would legit be my least favorite Breaking Benjamin song.
Damn.
But I don't know why. The rest of the album is seriously a solid 10 for me. Firefly is not, but that doesn't mean anything because this album really is this good. So, check it out if you haven't. We should be getting some new Breaking Benjamin this year. Should be.
Please.
God.
Please.
All right. So, number 6, was it? Yeah. 6. Breaking Benjamin, We Are Not Alone.
Breaking Benjamin, please. Please. We need you.
Yeah. Well, the guitarist already came out and said they've got 4 songs finished. And I was like, it's been 6 fucking years. How do you only have 4 songs finished?
Hey, not just 4 songs recorded, 4 songs finished. So that's a plus.
Yeah. 6 years!
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Hey, look, at least you're not into some weird fucking dark, obscure shit by a fucking solo, like, avant-garde, brutal black metal project that teased an album back in 2013 and has been teasing it since 2013. And he still hasn't fucking put it out. He's only one dude, man.
Oh, dude, I remember the wait from 10,000 Days to Fear Inoculum. I just don't want that to happen again.
Yeah, but at least that's a whole band, and they've got, discrepancies and shit, and they got their own creative differences and stuff. There's reasons to, as stupid as those reasons may be, there's still, some kind of discrepancy there. This is one motherfucker, and I've even talked to him. I've even talked to him personally on Facebook, and just been like, hey, look, man, where's your shit at? Where's it at? No, I didn't say that, but I did ask him if he was still going to put it out, and he's like, oh, well, I think I've got everything done, just stay tuned. I might possibly have some news on that this year, and that was last year. So,
reassuring.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I almost got him to make some merch, though. He doesn't have any merch, like official merch. But I was talking to him about making some shirts or some shit one day. This is Mirror Throne, by the way. Vladimir Cochet, if anybody's interested. And he's like, oh, well, I never really even thought about putting merch out. But if you were going to put merch out, what would you put out? And I was like, dude, if you just had a plain-ass black t-shirt with your logo on it, I'd buy 50 of them right now, dude. Like, come on. Get with the program, man.
Yeah.
But, no. I hope he fucking releases it this year. I really do. But, anyway. Number 5. February 23rd, 2009. All the way from Ocala, Florida. Homesick. By a Day to Remember. Derek's face just, like, lost interest.
Dude, I don't, like, literally, I like Paranoia by them. That is it. Everything else I cannot fucking stand. I don't know.
Paranoia's a banger, dude.
Dude, it is.
Have you checked out Second Sucks? Have you heard that song before?
I more than likely have.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it just does nothing for me.
You should check out the music video for Second Sucks. You'd probably like that, too. They're in an arcade and a lot of Mortal Kombat references and shit. And it's pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, Second Sucks fucking hits, dude. It's so good. But anyway, not on this album. This album is, of course, the one with The Downfall of Us All, and Have Faith in Me. I'm Made of Wax. All those songs that are just staples of this genre of music. Pop punk, metalcore, whatever you want to call it. Metalcore, pop punk, sure. Doesn't matter. These guys are fucking bangers every single time they put out an album. I love it. Actually, I take that back. When they put out Bad Vibrations, I hated it at first. I was like, what in the fuck is this? I listened to it like twice all the way through, and I'm like, what in the fuck is this, dude? Oh, hell no. A couple months later, I was like, all right, I'm going to give it another shot, just because my ex at the time, or my girlfriend at the time, she was like, it's really not that bad, actually. I listened to it again, and I like it. And I checked it out again, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's a banger. I like this. I like this a lot. So I officially don't have any... There are no A Day to Remember albums that I can say that I hate. Obviously, I've got some that I like more than others, like this one. This one's in my 10s playlist. I'll listen to the whole thing, top to bottom, every time I listen to it. No skip album for sure. But, yeah. What did I say, number 5? Number 5, Homesick by A Day to Remember.
Okay. So, number 5. It was released July 11th, 2006. We are talking about the perfect All That Remains album, The Fall of Ideals. The far superior album.
Not far superior.
Far. But, anyways, yes, this album, Guitar Hero 2, introduced me to All That Remains. Immediately after becoming obsessed with 6, I went and I bought Fall of Ideals. And, right out of the gate, This Calling, Whispers, Not Alone, all jumped out at me. And it really opened my world up to heavier music. Because I still was kind of in, kind of not. This album helped seal that. 6 is one of my favorite songs ever. It's an amazing song. It's kind of a bitch to play on Guitar Hero 2. I'll say that much. But yeah, this album is absolutely amazing. And it was produced by Adam from Kill Switch. So that's always a big plus. Something tells me we'll be talking about them a little bit more. But number 5, All That Remains, The Fall of Ideals.
It's funny you mention Whispers and This Calling, because that's my 3 and 4 spot for favorite All That Remains songs.
Oh, nice.
This Calling and Whispers are fucking nuts, dude. I love them both.
Oh, dude, so good. So good.
All right, number 4 was released September 2006. No, it wasn't. It was... Oh, recorded. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong date. Released January 28th, 2008. My bad. And it is Scream, Aim, Fire by Bullet for My Valentine. I geeked over this album when it came out. My buddy Andy, who I had just gotten into The Poison, because that's what I was obsessing with at the time. We were both obsessed with Bullet at that point. I got him into some heavier stuff, and him and I were listening to The Poison like fucking every single time we hung out with each other. And when I found out Bullet was releasing a new album, and they released this absolute behemoth of a fucking album, I shit enough bricks to make a house, dude. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. And it was just a whole catalog of music that I could add to my already growing catalog of music at the time, and I was just obsessed. And my buddy Zach, he had one of those phones that it was like a full keyboard phone, but the screen like flipped up like this, like it slid out and around like this, and it had like a full keyboard underneath it, and then the screen would go sideways and shit. He had like a GIF background wallpaper for his little tiny like screen that was like this big, and it's just the band windmilling on stage from the Scream and Fire music video. And I was fucking obsessed. I was like, dude, how did you get that? I want that right now. Meanwhile, I didn't have a phone that was capable of moving wallpapers whatsoever. I had a little flip phone
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like this big. And,
yeah.
He was like, well, I don't think you could get it on your phone, but I'll show you how I got it. And he showed me this fucking site that he probably got like 20 viruses from. And fucking like, you know, one of those like really sketchy ass sites from this time period of the internet, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But he got a sick ass wallpaper out of it nonetheless. It's just a loop of all three of the dudes with their guitars windmilling their hair and shit from Scream and Fire. Oh, dude, I was pumped. But yeah, I have listened to this album so many times, it's not even funny. It's so damn good. Easily my favorite Bullet for My Valentine album by a landslide. The Poison would be next, but this one's just, god damn, it's good, man. And then of course when they released the deluxe edition, or the Japanese limited edition, I guess, with all the covers and stuff that we had talked about, and Ashes of the Innocent, dude.
Oh yeah,
so
Ashes of the Innocent,
so damn good. But yeah, number 4, Scream Aim Fire by Bullet for My Valentine.
Okay. Number 4, released May 13th, 2003. Year of the Spider by Cold. Now, I distinctly remember saying when we were recording the 2003 video that Year of the Spider would seriously beat out a lot of other albums for Album of the Year. And look, it beat them out, making it into this top 10. This album it's criminal how little people talk about it anymore. I think literally just me and my buddy Casey. We get this album. This album is perfect. Remedy, Suffocate, Stupid Girl, Sad Happy, what else is there? Whatever You Became. Oh, I forgot about that. And Wasted Years. Oh, man. If you were depressed and just looking to make that depression worse, you listen to this album and you frickin' thank me in the morning. Because, God, I can't, like, you know when you were talking earlier about, like, putting a depressing song on over and over and over?
Oh, yeah.
That is legit this whole entire album.
What's the name of the album again?
Year of the Spider.
Year of the Spider.
Came out in 2003.
By Cold.
Yep. Listen to the whole damn thing and thank me later.
Alright, I got it pulled up so I can listen to that later.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it with the neighbors later.
Dude, yeah. Let that... Maybe they'll get depressed. And... never know. But, anyways, number 4, Cold, Year of the Spider. Check this album out!
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I know I've listened to Cold before, but I couldn't begin to tell you what songs or what era of Cold that I've listened to, so...
More than likely, if I had to guess, you probably either heard Stupid Girl off of Year of the Spider, or you heard No One.
Dude, their top 5 songs on Spotify are from Year of the Spider.
I wonder why.
Holy shit.
I wonder why.
Nice. Alright. Number 3 was released September 23rd, also in 2008. I've got a lot of 2007 2008s on this fucking top 10 list. Holy shit. And it's by a band that we definitely have already discussed. But doesn't matter, because I'll talk about them any day of the week. Every day of the week. Every hour of every day.
Tell me about them.
A little album called Shogun by Trivium. Now, I cannot say that it is the defining top album of Trivium, because like I've said in many videos, I do go back and forth now between this and Ascendancy. But I think that I don't know, dude. I love the self-titled song Shogun I've listened to fucking hundreds of times. Throws of Perdition, Into the Mouth of Hell We March, He Who Spawned the Furies. Insurrection, dude, the whole fucking thing. I blast this thing all the time. Kiritsu Gomen, dude, I love this thing. Like Callisto to a Star in Heaven. I can just go on, man. I fucking love this album. I love Ascendancy too, don't get me wrong. But I think just at the end of the day, I gotta give the edge to Shogun. But by no stretch is that a downplay on Ascendancy whatsoever, because I also love the fuck out of Ascendancy too. But yeah, number fucking 3, Shogun by Trivium.
All right. Okay. Released in May of 2001. May 15th, actually. Lateralis by Tool. It's Tool. What do you expect me to say? I mean, The Grudge, Schism, Ticks and Leeches, Parable, Parabola, God. And just Lateralis, the song itself is so freaking good. Like, Jesus. Need to just experience Tool if you haven't already. Some people are haters and don't get it, and that's okay.
I'm not a hater.
Some people have not had the experience that some of us have had. The enlightenment that I should say that we've had.
Fuck you.
Technically it starts with Enema, or I guess you could say Undertow, but just start at Lateralis. We won't tell anybody, okay? Yeah, this album, it's just mind-blowing.
This album literally made my top 10 list. I do quite a bit like this album, but I don't know. I never got.
Is it in this top 10?
No, it's not.
Let's zip it. So yeah, number 3, Lateralis by Tool. Check it out. Get your mind blown.
It is a very good album. All right, man. This was hard for me. This was really fucking hard for me to do my number 2 and my number 1 spots.
Yeah, because I got 4 albums in my head right now, and neither one, like, there's 2 spots.
Yeah, I could have put several albums in my number 1 spot for sure. Especially just based on my listening experience throughout the years. I probably could have had a couple of these albums that I've already mentioned in my number 1.
Yeah.
But going back and forth between these two was fucking me up, like, hard. But I did end up having to pick this as my number 2 just for the sole fact that I listen to the other one more now, like currently. In my life at this moment, I listen to my number 1 album just in general more often, more regularly. But that is not going to put any damper whatsoever on this album that was released in October 24th, 2000. And that is Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. Holy fuck. What a damn banger. This album is just perfect. Every single song on this album could be played at any given time of any given day, and I would just feel good inside. I mean, a couple of them I'd probably feel a little depressed, but I would also feel good inside at the same time because they're just so damn good. Rest in peace, Chester. Dude, everything about this album just makes me feel like I don't have to worry about anything else. There's nothing else in my life going on. There's no drama. There's no bad shit. I'm just listening to some fucking good old classic Linkin Park. And I don't know, it just brings me back to a time an easier time, if you will. And it's damn good. I love it. I could go on for another Peter Jackson extended release podcast episode on this album alone. So yeah, that's really it. I can't say anything else that hasn't been said already in our top 10 albums of 2000. You should go check that out as well. Number 2, Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Okay. All right. So I think it's about time I talk about a band that we have not talked about yet, and it's kind of blowing my mind and baffling me. But my number 2 was released March 25th of 2003. It's a little band called Linkin Park, and the album is Meteora. It was so hard to keep a straight face that entire time.
Ah, dude, so fucking close. Dude, I love Meteora. I love Meteora so much, dude.
Dude, no, literally everything you said about Hybrid Theory applies into Meteora as well.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
Like, Don't Stay is, God, just gets me pumped. Somewhere I Belong, Numb, Breaking the Habit, which I can't remember if I told my greatest music prediction video, like, in our 2003 list or not. Do you remember if I told that story?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I've got poo brain memory, though, so you might have.
That's fair. I'll make it extremely short. First time I listened to this album, I literally took the headphones off and I turned to my buddy who was letting me listen to it, and I was like, I really liked Breaking the Habit a lot. I think after this album, they are legit going to change their sound up, and they're going to sound nothing like this again.
Yeah.
People could say I'm full of shit, whatever. This is my life, I lived it, you weren't there. But yeah, Lying From You, Hit the Floor, Easier to Run, Figure 09, Faint. Both this album and Hybrid Theory are just both two masterpieces. Like, if there was a time capsule for just like the early 2000s music, you know damn good and well both those albums would be in there. They were everywhere. They're huge. And as we always say when we unfortunately talk about Linkin Park, R.I.P. Chester, it's sad that you touched so many lives and were screaming for help the entire time.
Yep.
And I'm depressed now. Number 2, Meteora by Linkin Park. I'm sad.
Yeah, dude, Meteora is a fucking... I mean, how do you even follow up? How do you even follow up Hybrid Theory? You know? Like
Meteora.
I know, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, could you imagine the dudes in Linkin Park just, like, getting the hype that they got from Hybrid Theory, and then they're just sitting there like, what?
Yeah.
How the fuck do we do that again? You know what I mean? And then they did.
Yeah.
And then they fucking did it. You know what I mean? It was nuts. Just being able to see them do that one time after another, dude. And I was just like, damn, by Jove, he's done it. You know, I just, fuck. And it's amazing. And I don't know, just damn good songs, man. Damn good songs.
So, we've got some honorable mentions, and then we are going to kind of switch hit on the collective number ones of all of the lists. So, those of you that have been watching, I implemented a scoring system that I think I started in 2005, so that way we could each do our top 10s, and then we could create the best amalgamation of both lists put together. We're not going to go through and read off all the top 10s for the years. We're just going to say the top album of the year that we selected together. But first, Jacob, go ahead and I guess hit us with some honorable mentions.
So right off the bat, I have Ascendancy by Trivium, of course. I have Meteora by Linkin Park, of course. But a couple of the other deeper cuts that I know Derek's not going to have on his list are Decimate the Weak by Winds of Plague, Victory Songs by Insiphirum, Gangrene by Mirror Throne, and Lamendum by Karak Angren. Just a couple extra albums that I really wish I could have squeezed onto this list because they're plenty worthy of talking about, and plenty worthy of being on a list like this for sure, in my opinion. So That's all I got. Those are my big ones anyway.
I guess I'll just say a couple real quick. Good Charlotte, The Young and the Hopeless, Seether, Disclaimer. What else we got? Disturbed, 10,000 Fists, Bullet for My Valentine, Scream, Aim, Fire, Breaking Benjamin, Phobia. Yeah. I think that's it for my honorable mentions. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Nice.
Okay, so now we'll go through, we'll say the year and the album that won the year. So I'll go ahead and start. So for the year 2000, we collectively decided that Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park was the best album, and it scored 18 out of 20.
Yep. 2001, we collectively decided that Iowa by Slipknot, with also 18 points, was the winner of 2001.
All right. The collective winner for the year 2002 actually was not number one on either one of our lists. That was Seether with Disclaimer. We both put it at number 2 with 18 points.
Damn, how did that happen?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I love Disclaimer, but...
Oh, yeah.
But still, like, how the fuck? I don't know.
It's just funny how it works out.
Yeah, that's math for you, I guess. But, all right, for 2003, we had, at 20 points, Meteora by Linkin Park.
Perfect score.
Perfect across-the-board score.
All right. The collective number one album of the year 2004 is Breaking Benjamin's We Are Not Alone with 18, which also tied with Killswitch Engage's The End of Heartache. Both had 18 that year.
Nice.
Sorry, I started reading that and then I saw, oh shit, wait, there's two. There's two. Okay.
We got a tie. But both albums are fucking bangers, so I'll give it to them.
Oh, yeah.
Another perfect score for 2005. It is Ascendancy by Trivium.
Hell yes. The number one album of 2006 with 17 points was Breaking Benjamin with Phobia.
All right. For 2007, with 16 points, our lowest score of our top so far, was Avenged Sevenfold by Avenged Sevenfold.
All right. The number one albums of 2008, both tied with 18 points out of 20, is Trivium's Shogun and Bullet for My Valentine's Scream, Aim, Fire.
Hell yeah. 2009, we had a winner with 17 points, and it was Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin.
So yes, that is all the number one albums collectively through the scoring system that we have found out and wanted to share with you before we unveil our top picks for our favorite album of the 2000s. Okay. Did you go or did I go? Oops. I spaced out.
I think we kind of hard reset because we went through the honorable mentions and then the top album of each year, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go. My top album of the decade came in November 21st.
I knew it!
2006.
I knew it!
And it is As Daylight Dies by Killswitch Engage. Holy smokes. Another perfect album for me. Another no-skip album. I could listen to this album every day of every week of every year for the rest of my life, and I'd be satisfied. And I do have very frequent Killswitch Engage moods where I just jump in and start listening to Howard-era Killswitch Engage, and I have this album and the other two Howard albums on repeat for fucking ever. And this one usually stays a little bit longer than the other two for some reason. I don't know. It's probably because it's a really fucking good album and just has somewhat of an edge over the other two. Not that the other two aren't great, because they are, but this one's just so damn good, dude. In the Arms of Sorrow, just the opening track, Daylight Dies, My Curse, Eye of the Storm. Dude, I just cannot even begin to praise this album enough. It's just so damn good. It's so damn good. Special edition bonus tracks, B1, is just, oh my god, dude,
this fire,
dude, that opening riff is just insane, man. I love it. And and This Fire, yeah. This Fire is fucking amazing too. And regardless of what you think of it, the Holy Diver cover is great. I think it's great, but
I've heard better.
Dude, I fucking love it, dude. I just like this era of Killswitch more than anything. It's just so damn good, man. But As Daylight Dies, Killswitch Engage, number 1.
Okay. All right.
What you got?
My collective, yeah. God, if I could fucking talk today, it'd be great. My number 1 album of the decade, released September 25th of 2007. It is Volume 2 by Hurt.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was not.
Oh yeah.
I knew you spoke pretty highly of it, but I was not expecting it to be your number 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. As I've said before, in 2007 and 2006, and I'm pretty sure in 2009, Hurt is criminally overlooked, and just absolute great songwriting. Lyrics that literally cut you clean down the middle. Either way, this way or this way, does not matter. Summer's Lost, it's Owl, or whatever, I can't pronounce it. We talked about this in 2007, I know we did.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Abusive Sid, Alone with the Sea, Talking to God, On the Radio, Thank You for Listening. This album, top to bottom, is just an amazing album. And Jay Lauren always does, with everything he sings, I feel his pain, and so that may be why I can relate to this music more. It's just so good, and yeah, please check it out. Volume 2 by Hurt is my favorite album of the 2000s decade.
Hell yeah.
We're not done.
No, we're not.
We're not done. We have to still unveil the collective top 10 of the decade.
Collective top 10 of 2000 through 2009? Oh!
What the... Okay, but yeah.
What a beautiful fucking sound that sounds like.
So, that's why we went through and listed off the top albums of every year, so that way this list didn't completely take anybody by surprise. So, number 10, we have a tie with 17 points each. We've got Phobia and Dear Agony by Breaking Benjamin.
Hell yeah.
So, decide either way. And then 9 through 3 is a tie with 18 points, but I think this was the way that we wanted to do that. So, number 9, Disclaimer by Seether. Number 8, Bullet for My Valentine, Scream Aim Fire. Number 7, Breaking Benjamin, We Are Not Alone. Number 6, Killswitch Engage, The End of Heartache. Number 5, Trivium, Jogan. Number 4, Slipknot, Iowa. Number 3, Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. And then 1 and 2 are both perfect scores with 20. So number 2, Trivium, Ascendancy, and then number 1, Linkin Park, Meteora. The From the Crypt official album of the decade, Linkin Park and Trivium. So nobody should be surprised by that.
No. I sure as hell am not.
Because, I mean, yeah, God, like, it's been a long road getting here.
Yeah, it has. I feel like we've been doing this for years. No pun intended. Actually, no, fuck it, pun intended. We've been doing this for years. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Specifically,
who says we're done?
Specifically, the 2000s years.
Yeah. There's a lot of years out there.
Yeah, there are. You're damn right there are. We've got a whole nother decade we could do before we'll run out of decades from when we've been alive, anyway. So,
yeah, I was going to say, 90s list probably wouldn't be that good.
No, we could probably do it, because I've listened to quite a bit from the 90s, but I have a feeling it just wouldn't be as impactful.
I could see maybe like a 90s like decade end list, just taking the 10 best albums from the 90s. That would be fun.
Yeah, we could do that for sure.
But yeah, we've got a whole nother decade. Like after we figured out how to fondle our cock and taters. So our music taste may evolve. So we've got a whole nother decade we could explore.
Hell yeah, we do. And I can't wait until we do.
But
that's gonna be fun.
That'll do it. You made it. You made the journey with us. We thank you for it. Now, we gotta know, what's your favorite album of the decade from 2000 to 2009?
Let us know.
Don't forget, like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. And yeah, just talk to us. We want to talk to you.
We want to know.
That's all I got. I got.
Tell us what you think, man. Favorite album, favorite 10 albums of the year or of the decade, whatever you want to do. Throw them down in the comments, man. And I just got blurry for some reason, but we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Have a good one.